If you're joining us now, this is our first live streamed episode of Nat One Heroes Premier D&D campaign, 5th edition homebrew, Actuary of Blasphemy. Most of you are probably caught up to like episode 7 or so, but we're going to be starting this episode out as interestingly as we can, because the players are not going to be telling you who they are. They will, in character, be reporting to someone much more severe. So,
The IRS.
Oh my gosh, that's truly scary.
Fantasy IRS is a thing. I'm sorry.
No.
Zermos, why you gotta make it bad? Like every time.
I have to learn to not
zoom
give
in
him ideas.
onto this world, and we see a purple-skinned hag, old and gnarled, gazing over the edge of a black cauldron in a starry forest, carefully observing the world through an odd scope. It is an odd combination of a microscope and a telescope, and that little clicky thing that you see at the doctor's office sometimes when you're getting your eyes checked, where they go click, 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 and annoys the fuck out of you. But she's going click, click, click on it, just arranging the lenses just so she can see at different heights, and arranging just her wooden Da Vinci style gearing to bring it around so that she can look just where she wants to look. And she carefully pulls out a little piece and sticks it in her ear and just listens carefully. And she puts her eye into the lens, and she sees and zooms in on a floating island and a city on that island. A city not made of timbers and stones, but made of metal and glass and concrete, which is not something that is typical in this fantasy world. And there are 3 people she zooms in on specifically, who are about to say something incredibly poignant as they discuss things with their lawyer. Whoever wants to say something dumb, go ahead and say something dumb. Just go ahead and get it out now.
Oh, so many options to choose from.
So, should we list all of our crimes up front, or is that bad?
No, that's bad. Do not do that.
It's hard. Okay,
we
so
have
if
been
they ask
discussing this for like 5
a question
minutes.
and we're not supposed to answer it, how do we know?
And what about crimes that we plan on committing in the future? Should we discuss that?
Zermos?
You understand I'm doing this pro bono, right?
Right.
I tried to pay you.
No, and we both agreed you couldn't afford my rate.
It's true. We can't afford his rate, Zermos. Please don't mess that up for us.
Which is why I brought up the crimes.
No, me
And
too.
the little gnome in the nice shirt and well-cut and tailored coat puts his head in his hands, and poor little Candelario Lampwick wonders why he ever agreed to do this, because this is about to be quite possibly the hardest interview of his legal career.
Well, do we need a signal then? Like, if they ask a question and we're not supposed to answer it or answer it honestly,
I will say that my client...
No.
I will say that my clients have no memory of that event.
Okay. So
I will say
you
that.
answer for us?
I do like her idea of signals, much like
We
when the
already
kids play
discussed
stickball.
We discussed this well.
Yeah, right, like that.
Just everyone shut up. Everyone, for the love of every single god that has ever existed, shut the fuck up right now before I blow my goddamn mind. Do you understand me? You understand me? I'm about to rip your nose off. I am about to rip your nose off right now.
I don't know if I should say yes, I understand, or would that further infuriate you?
Mr. Lampwick, I have the deepest of sympathies. If you want to
understand,
kill
no
these
problem.
2, it would be a big help to me.
That would be illegal. You over there discussing murder at every opportunity. This is how
It was a joke.
Ended up in this situation in the first place. You understand that, right?
But he does.
It was a joke.
Redhead does have a trick up his sleeve. He can make us be quiet. I don't like it, but that could be helpful.
You know,
what, you got like a pacifier for him or something?
Well, it's like a magic pacifier, except
Yeah,
no
that's it.
sound can escape.
And then if you scratch your eyebrow, he can make us be quiet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I
do
like
that.
it.
Okay. The constable is going to be walking through that door here in just a few minutes, maybe max. Okay. We have an agreed upon time. He's going to walk through this door. He's going to do basic things. He's going to ask you basic questions that you will answer simply, straightforwardly, and without saying that you murdered anyone.
Well, I don't think anyone murdered anyone except for Revenant.
I have no idea what you were talking
Harvest
about.
blood, but I don't know if that counts as murder.
I murdered that goblin for sure, though.
Did you murder it? No, I don't think you murdered him.
No, my spear went
You were
right
not
through
fighting.
his...
You were fighting. It's not murder.
And with
It's
that,
like,
you hear a knock on the door.
it's defense, self-defense.
We're ready as we'll ever be.
I forgot my dice. Oh my god.
And the players are somehow not.
That's bad. Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay. All right. And a recognizable figure comes in. Constable Bruce. I'm sorry. No, not Constable, because he's been promoted. Sergeant Bruce Latroux walks in, and he takes his clipboard. All right. I am here to ask you basic questions, and it's real simple, and we're going to keep it simple. Okay, I don't have a flow chart for an interview, so I just have these forms that I have to fill out. And I'm just going to go round robin. No robin. I don't do robin no more. Round the whole thing. And
Why no robins? We all like robins.
The
please
beautiful
don't.
birds.
No.
And they have a beautiful.
And Candelario just looks at you both. Just looks at you incredibly sternly. And
Servals kind of gives him a...
Do I feel intimidated in any way, or is it?
it's kind of silly coming from a man of his size, because he's like shorter than Revenant. Like Revenant is actually tall for a gnome.
Well, and Revenant has an air of a gravitas that makes it very difficult not to respect him, whereas Candlewick seems more chipper in some ways.
How tall is Revenant? Revenant, how tall is you?
3'2".
All right.
My height.
So Bruce just looks across at all of you. I ask the questions.
Fair enough. You do have the clipboard.
Okay. I have the clipboard. I have the badge. I ask the questions.
Chirp, chirp.
Revenant, would you tell me your name?
Yes,
I'm sorry. Perpetrator 1, would you tell me your name?
Hold on, I'm not a perpetrator until that's found out in a court of law. Second of all, my name's Revenant. I don't know why you're asking me. You could have just filled that one out for yourself, mate.
I mean, he did ask you.
He does have a point.
He used your name to ask your name. It was a little.
I know his name, but I still have to ask him his name, even if I know his name.
He was a little out of order.
Are you new at this? Have you done this before?
Well, he's done it at least once.
I ask you questions. I ask questions.
Yeah.
Look, I have only been doing this for like a month. You know what? Captain Bruce puts a lot of trust in me, and I want to respect that trust so bad.
Yeah, no, we see you. You're doing great. We will try and make it easier.
Okay.
We have every confidence that you know.
100%. And you're holding the clipboard with a lot of authority.
Miss, would you tell me your name?
Rune de Libre.
Okay.
Oh, see, she gets missed, but I get perpetrator number 1.
Perpetrator number 2, please hush.
I thought he was one. I don't know.
He was perpetrators 1 through 3.
That's fine. That's fine.
There was some duplication problems with the paperwork.
Just give us all numbers. We're not individuals at all. That's fine.
Maybe they could give us little tattoos with numbers.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, let's not make that joke.
Oh, the clipboard.
All right.
It's too late.
Tiefling 1, would you tell me your name?
First name or both names?
Yeah, both names.
My name is Zermos Glytharian.
Oh, I heard that name before. Where I heard that name?
Probably from my piece of shit father.
Oh, okay. You got beef with your old man. I understand.
Oh, if you had ever met him, you would as well.
Any maiden names to report?
I'm not married. Is that how that works?
My full title, name and title, is Dr. Revenant the Third. I don't know if it's like paperwork you need to fill out.
He just writes it down.
Are you actually writing that? Because I don't know. Make sure it's correct.
Would you let me ask the questions, please? And we just get through this so much faster. Like, you understand Captain Brood is the one who's going to follow up on this, right? Like, I'm not the one who's going to be doing the actual questioning. I'm just doing initiation paperwork with this process.
You know she's going to turn you into a piece of tinfoil if you don't get this correct, right?
Yes!
I'm saving you. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me have a once-over on that. Let me make sure you spelled my name right.
Zermos is really good at noticing things.
Perhaps put the clipboard on the table so we can all look.
And he just slams the clipboard down and he looks across at all of you.
We're just trying to help.
You know why you're here, right?
Well, somebody decided they had to ask us questions. We're here to answer your
we
questions.
We got a vague idea.
You are here in regards for questioning due to a murder you may have committed.
Candlewick, are we supposed to answer these questions?
The ones about your goddamn names? Yes.
Well, he just asked us about my murder.
No. That wasn't a serious line of questioning. That was a reminder that you're supposed to answer the questions he's asking.
Not the other questions that he's not asking.
I thought the name was the serious part.
He doesn't want us to answer questions he's not asking. That makes sense. I think
we should be more serious than our names.
And he takes the clipboard back up. Home address.
Can I have a clipboard?
No! Home address.
Is that for everyone?
Address.
Yes! Whose home address do you want?
I want you to go in the order that I was asking you questions in. First Revenant, then the lady, then the tiefling.
Got it.
Okay.
My home address is Mr. Cathal's boarding house, basement level. That's it. I live in the entire basement.
Mine top?
Mine top, yeah.
Okay.
And that's where we just came from, man. You could have assumed that.
You have to say it. You have to say it. That's how it works.
All right,
Miss Libre.
Yeah, my address is the 5th tent to the left of the stable tent in Mr. Big's Amazing Circus of Caldarian Delights.
Would that be a traveling circus?
Well, yes.
Does the traveling circus have a home address?
You know, I honestly don't know. I really didn't ever.
Homeless.
Oh no, I'm not homeless. I have a tent in Mr. Big's Amazing Circus of Caldarian Delights.
Home is where the heart is.
So do the guys in the botanical gardens, but we don't say they have homes.
No, I have a tent.
Hey, hold on, Ruin. Young sir, is that on your clipboard to berate us about our living situations?
Yeah, I don't feel I should be judged for how I choose
home
to live.
Address, please.
I just told you.
Mr. Zermos Glytharion.
I live in the Great Basin.
Great Basin.
In a tent. Or is that unacceptable to you?
Homeless. Great Basin.
You know what? This
feels really judgmental.
I will definitely want to speak to your manager after this.
Yeah, I think I would like to.
I have some news for you. I've been here like a month in the Ailton Empire. You've been in here all of like 6 hours. It's a very judgmental place.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable with being interviewed in this style by someone who's going to judge my living situation.
You know, you should really be the change you're looking for.
Agreed.
Wait. How much do you weigh?
Oh, I thought you were telling us to wait, so I was ignoring you, but...
Wait.
Yeah, I'm about 34, 35 pounds. Oh, actually, I'm more kidding. I'll let myself go a bit. Probably pushing 36.
Do you have an exact measurement?
Well, I mean, don't you have
Who
a
has an
scale?
exact measurement of their fucking weight?
Okay.
Yeah, how do you get that?
Revenant, he picks you up and he puts you on a postal scale. And then he puts you back down. And he writes down the weight.
That's very rude to lift people without permission.
It really is.
So
So
have your weight?
his
It's
canon
almost as
weight
rude
is
as judging
34
their living
pounds.
situation.
Okay,
His canon
weight.
weight is 34.
9.2 stone.
That is not an officially recognized weight measurement system of the
You
IoT
don't recognize my
Empire.
house, now you don't recognize my weight?
Why don't you just write it on the
Yes.
clipboard and let the adults do the thinking for you?
Just put 9 stone, they'll figure it out.
Belligerent.
That's
Just
not
let
weight.
let someone with an education do the conversion for you.
Oh, what do you know? That's well, not the next question. Next question's height, but the question after that is education.
I weigh as much as 4,000 pine needles. Write that on your clipboard.
Belligerent.
It's not a
Hey,
weight. Belligerent
Brutus,
is not
right?
weight.
Brutus, I'm trying to play ball with you, but I've
I'm
been dealing
Bruce.
with Bruce. I'm sorry, mate.
It's
But you
pronounced.
may refer to me as Sergeant Latro.
Sergeant Latrell.
Oh,
I'm
congratulations.
sorry, no
Sir?
disrespect intended. You see what I've been dealing with for the past few days?
Yes.
This is enough to drive me insane, right? So, can I get an insanity plea? Because I can't deal with this shit, man. I haven't slept well in days. I'm fucking sleep deprived.
Candelario
right?
Lampwick looks at you and goes, "There's no insanity play in the Ioltan Empire.
Looks like you're
Also,
stuck with us,
you are under
William.
acquisitional amnesty. You need to keep that in mind. And, maybe not tell them you have things you need to plead for.
No, I'm just saying, if they're accusing us of what they're accusing us, and if that's true, or can claim
They
it
haven't even
insanity.
gotten to the accusations yet.
Yeah, we haven't been accused of anything. Oh,
They've
except
asked
being
you your
homeless.
name and other
belligerent.
basic shit.
We have a hurdy-gurdy sergeant with a clipboard and a quill who thinks he knows everything. So let's just finish up with this unimportant man and get on to our real business of being
I agree.
here.
Let's get whatever you need,
And
Bruce.
Sergeant looks at you
Sarge.
both and he's like, "Okay. I'm trying to be a professional here, and you are making it very hard.
We're really good at that. We
It's
have-
not something to be proud of."
Oh, I'm amused by it. That wasn't pride.
Height.
Is it me?
Mr. Revenant.
It's Revenant. Okay.
3'2".
Miss Ruin.
6'2".
Damn. Mr. Zermos.
6'3".
Oh!
Yeah. That's
should've
almost like
gone
you picked
last.
that just to be petty to her, but that's impossible to just pick height.
I would never do that.
Never do that.
Okay,
His height is
this
petty.
one's going to seem obvious, and you're going to give me shit. But I need you to get all that out of your system before Captain Brute gets in here, okay?
You don't manage us. You just ask us the things on your clipboard. Go on.
Species.
Well, I'm technically a Zwerfniblin, but you can also just call me a gnome. There's not much difference.
Mm-hmm. Deep gnome.
Zwerfniblin, mate.
I wonder what a Sepharniblin is.
Zwerfniblin.
Gesundheit.
Burf Goblin.
Fuck you, mate.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
a little
I'm
rude.
just going to put
I
down.
don't like
deep
his
gnome.
judgment on species any more than I liked it on our living situation.
Next, he's going to ask us how much money we have in our pocket.
Miss Ruin. Species.
Human.
Thank you. Mr. Glytharion.
Tiefling.
Thank you, Mr. Glytharion.
Zermos is fine.
Thank you, Mr. Zermos.
Uh,
I
awesome.
apologize. I know there are certain body parts that make it obvious.
Anatomical.
I mean, you've already called me Mr. Tiefling earlier, but here again, what is next on your?
I am required to ask these questions.
You already said. Go ahead.
Marital status.
Previously engaged.
That's not what it asks. So, not married.
Not
Marital
married.
status. Okay. Miss.
Not
marital
interested.
status. I wasn't proposing.
That's my status.
Okay. Mr. Glytherion. And again, I'm not proposing to you either.
You should. He's a handsome man.
Too focused on my work.
You are here to be questioned about a murder. You are awfully jovial about that.
It's because we didn't do anything wrong. This is all ridiculous. It's a
Okay.
pony show.
Jingle.
Present. I would ask present address next, but you made it quite clear that, yeah. Okay. Political affiliations?
Well, I can't say I'm too familiar with Brass Veins politics, mate.
Okay, so nobody will report in the city. Allegiances to report. Deities, perhaps?
I'm the leader of a religious organization. I am part of a aberration friend group that meets, well, I haven't met them in a long time. Nice guys. Regardless, what else? I'm technically part of an author club, right? Where we get together, exchange notes. Nothing really serious. My religious group worships a death god.
Okay, that's and you see your lawyer kind of look at you.
It's not like that. It's about funerals, protecting the living, and promoting the sanctity of life. Everyone thinks death cultists when I say that. No.
Okay.
I don't go around doing that shit.
Miss Ruin?
Allegiances. I'm a member of the Jugglers Guild and a founding member of the Security Guard for Children and Animal Safety Program.
And you see this glass dome in the center of the table lights up red, and he just looks at you.
These are true things. Like, I don't understand.
Those are not true things.
Okay.
The Jugglers Guild.
How do you think I got a job in the circus? They don't just let anybody in there.
No. It didn't light up on the first one. It lit up on the second one.
We, as security guards, we need to protect the children and the animals.
It lit up. It's glowing bright red, and he's just looking at you.
Gosh, that judgment here is thick. I also
generally we frown upon lying here, ma'am.
Well, that's an interesting choice to make in this world, and also I represent the interests of Silent Peter on occasion when I can.
It stops glowing red.
And I occasionally attend the local meditation center, and I think those are what I would call my allegiances. And then to my companions here, of course, I'm certainly loyal to them.
All right, and you, Mr. Glytherion?
I am a follower of the Bristlecone grandfather.
The deity located in the Great Basin.
Correct.
All right. Okay, from the top, employment. Current employment.
Oh, current employment.
published author, advisor to Lady Fullwell of Mointop, Silverbone Moyne tunnel expert, and historian, specifically theological history.
Isn't Lady Falwell kind of no longer the leader of Mindtop?
Doesn't mean I'm not still her advisor.
Okay, makes sense. Miss
Until
Ruin?
I find better employment, this is what I got, mate.
Mr. Revenant, thank you. Miss Ruin?
Well, I am a circus performer and problem solver in the Mr. Big's Amazing Circus of Caldarian Delights.
The circus that's stuck on the ground.
Yes.
Okay. Did you have any other employment?
That's my current one. You said to start with the most current one. So
unemployed.
No, I am employed. I was also a security guard for the Caldarian estate. It was a town crier. And I did tavern security when I was younger.
Was that previous employment?
Yeah, you said previous employment. You said
okay. So current employment.
I work for the circus. How do you not?
The circus that is stuck on the ground.
That doesn't matter. I'm going back there when we're done with this BS. You can't say I'm
looks at you
I don't have a job just because you don't like it.
Really concerned, and honestly, he looks pained to tell you this. Miss Ruin, the Ailton Empire is not going to let you go back.
Well, you're not the final arbiter. You're not the final arbiter of this.
I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying that as an officer or anything like that. They wouldn't let me go back either.
Yeah, well, we're not you, obviously. My turn. I'm unemployed, whatever. I don't have a job. I'm already rich.
Aren't you a prophet?
Well, I mean, is that a job description that anyone can put on a form on a clipboard?
Yes.
Okay, I'm a prophet too.
Yeah. Just throw prophet.
Okay, I'm writing that down. I'm writing it down.
Allow me to help
crossing out unemployed and putting down prophet.
How about you just put profit for all three of us? You know what? Just put profit for all of the answers that are proceeding, and we can speed this along.
It's a good idea.
Arrest history.
Profit.
Have you ever been arrested?
Yes.
And you see your lawyer just look at you. I believe what my client is trying to say is that as a man of the cloth, he has been too dignified for such a thing to occur. Isn't that right, Mr. Glytharion?
Zermos is fine. Look, we don't need, you're asking us for our previous record. If you don't know it and I don't tell you, then how will you know?
You know what? I can help you out here. Zermos over here is the son of some rich bloke who lives in the forest, scrounging off of mushrooms he finds.
Wait, does the rich bloke live in the forest scrounging off mushrooms?
No, I'm talking about Zermos this time.
Are they magic mushrooms?
Scrounges around eating mushrooms all day in the forest. I figured him out immediately when I met him that he was a forest person like every forest person I've ever met. That being said, he was a spoiled rich kid growing up, so he never went to jail. He never even got arrested or questioned.
I was spoiled.
I can guess this.
Not much.
Now, Ruin, I have no idea, because sometimes I think you're one way and other times I think you're another. So I can't make a judgment call on you, but you seem very nice for someone who, from what I can tell, probably never did anything wrong.
Now, hold on, Revenant, because this line of questioning has me thinking. If you guys have charges against us, the three of us, what does our previous history have anything to do with the charges you have on us? So if you have, Ruin, don't answer this question. Hey, Mr. Clipboard Man, you can skip on down to the next one. Our history is none of your business.
I'm not ashamed of what I've done.
Well,
I had a really good reason for
ma'am.
violating that shrine. And I appreciated that it was important.
Ma'am, would you like to answer the question instead of letting him answer for you?
I'm not sure if I should. Just the one. I don't feel bad about what I did. And when you violate a shrine, then you get in trouble for trespassing. And when you then have to fight your way out, you could possibly get fighting in public charge.
Okay, and you see he writes down under arrest history on yours. He writes yes ?
And those people across the border needed those spices. I don't understand why ginger was outlawed. It doesn't make any sense. People should not be outlawing ginger. It's a delicious spice and it's good for your stomach.
It is delicious.
Right. Last one. Education. Mr. Revenant.
I have a PhD. I completed 6 years of school in 3. Graduated top of my class in surgery, minored in history and religion. That's pretty much the nadir of my education, but I like to think that I'm always learning.
What institution?
So it was Kidney University in the deep down under.
All right. Miss, your education.
I'm a student of life and the School of Hard Knocks.
Uneducated.
What is this? You just live in this world where things have to be very prescribed.
Mr. Zerp.
Ruin, I have to agree with you. Usually when people are filling out clipboards, do not tell us what they write on the clipboard immediately after writing it. It seems a bit rude.
Especially when it's not what we said.
Yeah.
Why do you ask a question, we give you an answer, and then you reinterpret it to something completely meaningless?
I have to reinterpret it to where it fits on the form.
Oh, but you also have to read it out to make us feel bad about ourselves. Let me just be clear.
People do not fit on a form. That's the path of madness.
Yeah, man.
It's kind of a purpose of forms, is to fit all the information of people on them.
Right, but you're supposed to put the information of the people, not the stuff you interpret about them.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Mr. Glytherion,
this is
employment history, please.
No, my education, I think you're on. So I think I have many years of very historied education. However, I never attended any of your universities or colleges because I'm rich.
Private tutors?
Yes.
Okay. Private study. All right. And he steps outside.
Yeah, good riddance.
And Mr. Candelario Lampwick stands up and gets in front of the table and looks at all of you.
How do we do?
Pulls himself up and he stands on the table so that he can look down at you all.
No, don't you look down on me, mate. All right,
he pulls you up so that you're standing up with him. And he's just like looking down at the other two.
I try my hardest to do damage control, mate. I can't handle this. I'm sleep deprived. I'm hallucinating. I'm fucking hallucinating, mate.
It's not all that bad.
So,
Revenant, I'm sorry. I don't mean to make things hard for you.
The next person who walks through that door is going to be Captain Brute, right?
Okay.
Captain Brute is a powerful woman.
And your wife, right?
Yes. You knew that when you hired me.
I'm just wondering if that helps at all.
So I shouldn't ask her about you in the bedroom or anything like that. That would be my
Glytherion.
You have to relax.
No, this is not a time to relax. This is a time to be
flirt with you? Will she appreciate that?
Is she into that? Is she into that? Does she like that?
So you remember when you guys were fucking around with a werewolf when he was in a heightened emotional state, and I kept on making you roll d4s to determine whether or not he would transform into a werewolf?
Maybe.
Oh, fuck.
There is now a bullshit meter on the table. Roll a d4.
I'll do it. I got good luck.
Yeah, Rev, you do it.
No, go upstairs, Kaylee. Nope, you can't be down here. Go. I got a 1.
Oh, shit.
No. We'll let the one stand. We will let the one stand.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Did you see he gets a little red in the face and a little angry? I am here to help you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I feel like you don't understand that. I feel like you don't understand the severity of the situation.
I think you also have to understand that we've been put into a situation that we have no control over. So us being stressed about said situation can neither help us nor hurt us as far as we're concerned.
Okay.
So Lewis and I really don't do well when we're not in control.
I hear this feedback. I'm not in control of this either. Okay? I'm not. You're not in control of this situation. I'm not in control of this situation. You want to know who is in control of the situation? Any guesses?
Jessica Brute.
You wish it was Jessica Brute. Jessica Brute is a hard but kind and compassionate woman. No. You're having to deal with the newspapers right now. That's who you're having to deal with.
Well, then maybe you should
They are
bring them in.
reporting on this left and right. They are talking about the three of you as terrorists. Do you understand that? That you are being considered terrorists by the media right now?
One man's terrorist is another man's martyr.
Freedom fighter.
Yes, that's true. And if we can swing public opinion on that, we can get you recognized as good people.
Well, then help us to make it so
No.
homeless.
That's what I want to do. You being homeless is a point in your favor. That makes you more empathetic.
Oh, that's cool.
Well,
He didn't do anything wrong. He was asking basic questions. And for the record, if somebody told me that they were educated by life, I'd write down no education history on there too.
Well, I don't see why your ignorance is better than his.
Ruin. They were talking about formal education.
That was the question.
I am just tired of the classism that exists here.
But see, being taught by life is just something that happens. Everyone is a student of life.
No, not
it's
everyone learns from
meaningless
their
to say that you
experiences.
are.
Not everybody learns from their experiences.
This is Zoomos, but like
a
most
fact.
people do.
Okay. Theological debates aside, whatever we're debating here. You stand to destroy every single good thing we have brought to this town. Okay? Acquisitional amnesty, that thing you are under, that is what is going to be on trial as a result of your actions. Not that you did anything wrong, but that it can be spun that you did something wrong. Being belligerent will not help right now. Being belligerent might get your entire country killed.
I thought we were being entertaining.
I think you're being dangerous.
You know, Ruin, it's funny you say that because every time you think you're being entertaining, it's a pain in the ass for me. It's a real fucking pain.
I am
I have to
definitely
walk on
entertained.
eggshells with you,
I am
making sure you
sure-
don't blow up the fucking town.
I am sure there
Reverend,
are some statists
I'm
that
really
is
sorry,
incredibly
Reverend.
entertaining too.
I'm not trying to
Okay.
make it hard for you.
Oh, I'm interrupting.
I'm really sorry.
Well,
I'll try to be
everyone,
better.
Just again to put things in perspective, Mr. Lampwick. If you are us, all of this is lunacy. I know you have something.
I am aware.
You have case law that you're trying to bolster, and you have opinions that you are trying to sway. We have not been given any knowledge of this. We know not what the papers say. We are just literally have been here for hours.
And
you
it's
are telling me,
unfair, and it's wrong, and it is
yes,
so terrible. And I'm so sympathetic to your situation, and I know everything in your life was just stolen from you. That's what it is. It was stolen.
So if my life has been
Harold
destroyed,
Gelfos
why should I
came
care
down.
about your
No.
case?
Harold Gelfos came down to the town you were in, the town Revenant lives in, and he deliberately lowered the price of the property and then purchased it and then ripped it from the earth, separating all ties with the ground. And by our laws, it is completely legal and it is completely wrong. Have some compassion for the people who have been screwed over for him as well, by him as well. We are working to sway public opinion on this. We are. But before all this happened, you three combated people. And you had every right to. You killed people who are literally poaching your god. You're the god of your town. That is understandable. You did the right thing. But to everyone else here, they think you killed a hardworking father of 3. That's what it's being spun as right now.
Well, again, we have not been able to read these papers. And for us to read the papers of a totalitarian dictatorship that has now displaced an entire city.
Technically, we're a theocracy. We are ruled by a god.
And he has not been poached, I assume.
No one's poached the God King. But
now there's an interesting thought. Is the God King like other
no. You want to discuss that? You do not discuss it around me. Okay?
Understood.
There are some things you don't discuss. Interesting note.
We'll talk
I would like to draw your attention to this invention, this biotech invention in this room. Okay?
Yeah, what is that?
And he pulls back a little curtain and shows you a little box. A box that contains what looks to be a tentacle that reaches up and over and wraps around a small squid-like beak that has odd wires just covering the inside of its open maw. And it has little, almost tooth-like structures on the side. And he fiddles with the tooth-like structures, and you hear voices start coming out of it. Voices and odd sounds. Like, they call it a squawky. But, yeah.
It looks disgusting.
Oh, it's gross. It's gross as hell. I remember when these things first came out.
Oh, I think it's kind of cute.
You would.
You would.
Oh, fuck you. What's this supposed to mean?
Let me find it. Let's see now. Here we go. That should be it. And so voices come out of the squawky, and it's a man talking. And we take a moment to listen to Professor Zero. Now, Professor Zero, can you give us your opinions on what recently happened to the golems in the Ailton Empire Embassy? We do not know the situations with which the golems in the estate were lost. Such is the tragedy of things. A close viewing of their chems indicate that they were destroyed by local rodents. It is a terrible thing that has happened here today. We mourn the loss of Carpenters 27, 64, and 85, as we would mourn the loss of any golem. My fellow golems deserved better treatment from the society with which we live in. Were they not forced to leave their chems outside of their bodies, they would have been able to defend those chems from rodents. It is a shame. Now, my understanding, it really is that you guys aren't really alive. It's like saying you killed a hammer. That is one way of viewing it true. However, the way I wish to view it, golems are in fact the only thing that can die in this world. We are sapient beings, but we go nowhere when we are destroyed. Therefore, we are the only things that die. Well, that's an interesting perspective. And he clicks over the radio again. And you hear a person. Now, as I understand it, I think these terrorists really just don't care about our values. They just, waltz in and kill honest, hardworking people. And he clicks it over again. And you keep on hearing these things. And these are things talking about your actions. And he gets done. And he turns the radio off. You're all over the place. All over.
So what you're saying is what we need to do is launch a media campaign to sway the opinions of those who disagree with us.
No.
We don't belong in this courthouse.
There is one thing we can do.
Kill the god.
No. You do not discuss that with me.
That's where you were leading me.
No. It wasn't a group of 3 random people who went up and defended or attacked a father of 3. It was a limited liability corporation that was hired to defend a god.
Okay.
You're still in the period of acquisitional amnesty.
I mean,
which means you could forge some paperwork and it'd be perfectly valid. You could backdate your LLC, your limited liability corporation, for the day you 3 met. And then it's just a group of hardworking people trying to defend their way of life. And the ways of life of the people they're under.
You got a pen?
I already filled out the paperwork when I heard about this thing. I'm going to be dropping into Mindtop here as soon as I'm done with your interview.
I thought you couldn't leave this place.
I have my ways. Most people can't get to where you are. Now, Mindtop is currently floating in isolation. But you think I can't get around?
Yeah, you got to quarantine for at least 10 days when you're taking flights, I hear.
That is a weird thing to say, and I don't understand it a bit. You quarantine for a day when the towns take. Do you not know that? I thought that was made clear. I don't know what you're on about. Anyway. All right. So you 3 need to act very professional because Captain Brute is about to come in. Okay? You're not citizens who have been wronged. You are the board of an LLC who is here for questioning regarding your operations.
Just by chance, did you have a name for that LLC written on the paperwork?
I saved that. I figured you 3 might have an idea.
Sermos, I think you should be the president of the board.
If we could do a quick huddle, and then I just do so. All right, guys, we only got about 30 seconds here. We got to come up with a name for our fake LLC. Hit me.
I would say Defenders of the Gods' Honor.
The 3 Prophets.
Ooh, I like that better.
I got an idea.
In a bar.
I got an idea.
You're not in this huddle.
Profits for profits.
Ooh.
Profits for profits.
All right.
You're not in this circle, but that is really good.
It's a really good one. But I like 3 profits.
You know what? Get in the huddle, and I bring him in.
Okay. Profits for profit, where it's just spelled differently at the end.
Ooh, can we
Yes,
put a
all
Z
the
on?
different spellings of profit. Thank
Ooh,
you.
profits with a Z.
I want the Z on the one that's about money, and instead of a S, I want a $sign for the other.
Can you register the
hell's a
Hand of
dollar?
Agreement as an LLC so I don't have to
Wait,
join a business with these 2?
Oh no, you don't have to do it as a business. You want to make that a separate thing. You're gonna want to make that a charity organization. I've already looked into your operations.
Oh.
Wait. Well, there's not a way to if
we
we do
take
it.
donation.
Is that what you meant, Thermos?
Well, I mean, I want the profit, the first profit with the Z, and then the second one with a $sign for the F.
But there's
We're
no
not
ultimate
joining a
app.
binding
That's
contract with
$1
you with a company.
We
No, this is why you were not invited to the circle in the first place.
Nobody's going to understand that. Nobody here knows what $1 is. We have marks.
I just did it.
Oh yeah, I see that there.
Also, can you explain the rate of exchange between a mark and a gold piece?
It's like $1 million or something.
Do you have about 2 semesters you can give me?
That's kind of the school of hard life.
Can you give me a TLDR? I'm pretty smart. I can figure it out if you give me the
TLDR?
skeleton to work with.
Most goods here are not as expensive as you would think, but also the exchange rate gets really weird. It's like 10 gold to a mark most times, but if you're actually just trying to exchange money for marks, it doesn't go well.
What about
Guardians of the Gods? What about we could be Guardians of the
profits
Gods?
for profits? And then we can do the $ and the Z. If you ask me about a $ one more time.
I was just gonna say, I don't know what $ has to do with profits, for profits, other than profits is money. It's like clever, I guess, but it's kind of stupid. I don't want to join
I'm making
any contract with you that has a Z
No.
instead of an S.
You understand you want to avoid edgy right now, right?
Well, this covers the mayors of Lame Town then. The 3 mayors of Lame City.
I don't like that as much.
Lampwick.
But I want you to be the president. You don't want to be the president of mayor of Lame City.
Please help me. Please help me.
I'm helping you. Guardians
I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Profits.
I already forged the paperwork. Like, I already did it.
What's the name?
Profits for profit.
Okay, great.
I'll just write it.
Did you name Zermos as the president of our board?
You guys have to write up your articles of incorporation later. I can recommend a lawyer to you for the purpose of doing that.
I just feel like he is the best one for this because he's the most familiar with bureaucracy and nobility and, frankly, entitlement.
Is Vandrill up here with us?
Who's Vandrill?
No, never you mind. Did we see him when we came up here? Because, I mean, he usually takes care of these things for me.
Yeah, see? I knew it. I knew that you had this handled.
We'll sort it out later. Profits for profit.
All right, and you guys hear a knock at the door.
Come in. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that?
In walks this half-orc woman with a long blue cloak, a leather helmet in the shape of a bird, almost like a bird's beak coming down, just covering her nose, and a uniform. Hello again, everyone.
I thought you were going to say a long blue clipboard, and I was going to burst into laughter.
She takes up the clipboard, and she looks at it, and she looks at the answers, and she throws it into the fireplace, and she sits down across from you, and she grabs a scone from the tray, and she gets a big old bite. And
help yourself, Jessica.
So who wants to go first? And that's where we'll take a break.
Awesome sauce. Let's see here. I love this music, though.
Are we breaking? I assume Ben would hop in to tell us we were breaking.
Yeah, take us to all together, Ben. All together, and then I'll bring you in. Give me a thumbs up if you took us all together. All right, welcome, Ben. It's break time.
Woohoo!
And I love.
Are we actually irritating you, Jonathan?
No,
so.
Okay.
No. Actually, no.
Candlewick seems very irritated. I was a little nervous. That we were
Candelario Lampwick.
Candelario, sorry. I keep calling him Candlewick in my head. I can't get it right.
Yeah, why would you think that? From
Candlewick is his father. Candlewick Lampwick. Good old Doublewick.
Gotcha. Doublewick?
No.
Good. And you already started.
Good day and well met. Thank you for watching Nat 1 heroes. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, smash that notifications bell, and remember. Well, I don't know what you should remember, but remember.
Remember something.